On this week's video fishing forecast, we have the latest on the cod grounds, also the latest on the freshwater and fly scene, which is doing really well with these mild temperatures. And this weekend is the New York Sport Fishing Federation Forums and Auction in Freeport. The fishing news is brought to you by Navionics, Okuma, Yozuri, Evinrude, Llama Glass, and the Star Island Yacht Club in Montauk, New York. Let's start off by checking in with Senior Editor Fred Golofaro.
Hey, Tim. Yeah, it was another week, tough week for cod on the East End. In fact, the Viking fleet wasn't able to sail all week long. It's looking like Saturday may be the first opportunity to get back to the cod grounds. But they are planning a special Gulf of Maine trip aboard the Viking Star. That's going to be targeting haddock, pollock, and redfish. Nice thing about the haddock is the bag limit is 15 fish, so you're sure to put some fish in the freezer. That fishing's been really good too so far this winter up there. It's going to depart February 21st at 5 p.m., return Sunday the 23rd about 6 a.m. It's limited to 30 passengers. The fare is $450. And you need to call and book a position if you want to get on that trip. You can call 631-668-5700, or you can just go to vikingfleet.com and they'll get you set up for that. Things weren't much better along the South Shore, although the Laura Lee was able to get a trip in on Sunday. They tallied 23 cod, 70 big ling, and then a bunch of sea bass and bagals and one fluke. Of course, the sea bass and fluke had to go back. You can visit captree.com to get an update on their sailing schedule. Over in Point Lookout, the Super Hawk, they're back from some preseason maintenance, and they're going to be on the offshore rec trips beginning Saturday, and they're planning on sailing Saturday, Sunday, and Monday, weather permitting. You can go to superhawkfishing.com and get any updates on their schedule there. Overall, things remain pretty quiet on the fishing front. I mean, there are still herring, with the best bets again being Coney Island, Canarsie, 69th Street Piers, all that stuff down to the west. White perch, guys are going. What most of the shops are telling me, the shops that are open and catering to those guys, is guys are going, they're buying some worms, but they're not reporting back. I'm not surprised about that because guys tend to protect that fishing pretty closely. It's usually in limited access areas, but some of the places, if you want to try it, Sanapog Creek behind Taco Bell in West Babylon, Calls River, the Argyle Lake outflow in Babylon, Connecticut River, Tuttle's Creek is another opportunity there, and it's in Patchogue, Browns River in Sayville, and of course you have Carmen's River. And there are some bass in some of these areas, particularly the Carmen's and Connecticut, some winter over stripers, schoolies mixing in with the perch, so that's always a possibility. And again, I've said it before, simple tackle, ultralight tackle, 2 to 4 pound test, 1/8 to 3/16 ounce jigs. And right now it seems like a jig tipped with a piece of worm is working best, piece of night crawler. And if you don't hit any perch, there's always a chance of coming up with a nice sea run trout also in all of these tidal rivers. Connecticut still fishing pretty good. I was in there one day last week, and the people I talked to seemed happy. Everybody had at least a few fish. And you can reserve a beat there at 581-1005. It's $25 for a 4-hour session. You call, you make an appointment, and then you get your beat based on first come, first serve, the day of your reservation. Now, if you're looking for some indoor action this weekend, there's some things going on. We got the New York Sport Fishing Federation Forum and Auction. That's at the Freeport Recreation Center. We'll be down there. Make sure you stop by our booth and say hello. Super Auction follows. The forum itself runs Saturday from 8 to 6 and then Sunday to 2:30. The auction follows Sunday's show. There's some great deals on fishing, trips, tackle, free seminars throughout the course of the show. Admission is $12, $10 for seniors and children. Kids under 12 are free. And while this winter hasn't exactly been conducive to ice fishing, we've had lots of wind and we've had rain and a lot of storms, but we haven't had a lot of real cold weather, and there's been very little ice on the island. But that could change very easily over the next 6 weeks. It seems like winter has been coming later and later, so I think we're going to get hit with some cold weather certainly before we get through the end of March. Saying that, DEC and iFish New York are hosting an ice fishing clinic. That's going to take place next Wednesday, February 19th from 7 to 9 p.m. at DEC Region 1 headquarters. That's at 50 Circle Road in Stony Brook. It's limited to 30 people, so you need to pre-register. And all you got to do is call 631-444-0283, or you can email ifishnewyork.dec.newyork.gov to register. And even if you don't get to do it here on the island this winter, there's a lot of opportunities in the lower part of the state within an hour or two drive of our area. And it's something to do in the winter. And a lot of guys really get into that and get you out of the house if nothing else is going on around here. Hope to see you at the Federation Show in Freeport on Saturday or Sunday. I'll be there both days. We'll be giving away some nice goodies with any renewal or any new subscription, and also have an opportunity to pick up a 3R sticker to help support our satellite tagging program for striped bass. Tim, back to you.
Well, Fred, I drive by Sanapog Creek, aka Taco Bell, daily, and I have to tell you, I haven't seen a whole lot of anglers there, but I will let the viewers know if I see some activity. After the break, we'll check in with Paul McCain. Here's a list of some of the party boats that are sailing for cod this winter. It's the 37th Annual Sport Fishing Federation Forum and Auction, February 15th and 16th. Get your fishing season started with over 50 exhibitors and more than 20 informative seminars featuring surf, inshore, offshore, wreck, bottom fishing, freshwater, and much more. Take part in the giant live auction on Sunday. Proceeds to benefit our Teach a Kid fishing program. Come join in the fun at the New York Sport Fishing Federation Forum and Auction, February 15th and 16th at the Freeport Recreation Center, Freeport, New York. With the latest on the freshwater action, we have Paul McCain from River Bay Outfitters.
Hello, Tim. Well, here we are in middle of February, and we've been above temperature for the last 2 weeks. It's getting me want to get out there more and more, especially since I got my cast off and the boots off. I think I'll turn it into a planter. I'm so psyched up. I had to get down there, and I want all of you. I got my four-wheel drive. Get it now. You only have 50 more days to do it, and you're going to regret it if you don't. Now, on the fishing scene, of course, I've been hearing fishing on the Connecticut has been really well. In fact, T, who's went out there with his Takara rod, and he broke it on a big fish. Sometimes, they're big, and you got to be careful. Then we have also guys went up to the Miamis, and they were there right after the stocking truck. So guess what? They had a banner day, and it was Egg Patterns that did it. I mean, it was a great day for them. So there is fish to be had, and I'm talking to guys in the salt water. There's some nice little white perches in the back bays and on the tidal creeks. So, I mean, there's no excuse not to. Now, don't forget, I'm getting psyched up because we have less than a month. We have about a month to go for the Fly Fishing Expo of Long Island. And it's going to be a phenomenal show. March 28th, don't forget about it. All right? Hope to see you then. I'll talk to you next week. Tight lines, everybody.
If you live out east and you want to learn the art of fly tying, Doug Ernst has a class that meets at the Patchogue Medford Library 9:30 to noon the first 3 Saturdays of the month from October through March. Contact Doug by his email, dougsbugs2@gmail.com for more information. The boat show is in town Friday, February 21st through Sunday the 23rd. Be sure to check out C-Pro Boats, a great center console with a great design that's affordable too. Kale's Family Boating Center in Lindenhurst, they are the exclusive Long Island dealers of C-Pro Boats. The Long Island Boat Show is back at the NYCB Live, home of the Nassau Veterans Memorial Coliseum, February 21st through the 23rd. Long Island's best boat dealers will be there with huge savings to get you out on the water this boating season. From fishing boats to personal watercraft and the latest electronics, this show has it all. Children will enjoy free face painting and magic shows. Saturday and Sunday, the first 100 kids get a free life vest. Free parking all weekend and 2-for-1 adult admission on Friday. For discounted admission, visit nyboatshows.com. From the South Shore, we have Captain Al Lorenzetti.
Hey Tim, Fire Island report. Not much to report. Things are kind of slow. A couple of herring at the docks, things like that. But, you know, this time of year, I recommend everybody look at your tackle, go through it, and take what needs some work, especially the reels. Bring them to your local tackle shop. Get them to go over them, clean them up, maybe put some new line on there, and make sure your tackle's ready to go. And, I mean, if the weather is real good, jump on a boat, maybe catch a couple of codfish, and you know, that's about it. A couple of weeks, everything's going to get excited, and everybody's going to be running to get their boats ready in March. So season's shortly upon us. I look forward to it, and that's about it, Tim, for this week.
With the latest freshwater action from the West, we have Chris Ludwig.
Thanks, Tim. What's going on, guys? So this last week, it's been all about freshwater, and the past few weeks in general have been like that. Just been trying to up my general tactics and learn some more about these pickerel. So, last trip did fairly well. I went 2 for 3. Got one quality fish, one a little bit smaller one, but it was still bending the rod. And they're hitting these things constantly. They're called gambler paddle tails. These ones are 3 inches, 3 1/4 possibly. But they have a really nice tight wobble to them, and I think that's a big factor as to why these pickerel are hitting them. Depending on where I hook it, I can get a nice vibrating action in the tail that's much faster and tighter than a Kitech or perhaps, you know, a speed shad, something to that effect. So I'm definitely going to be paying attention to these when the back bay season comes around. That being said, I started to notice that in deep overcast, like a heavy fog almost, the bigger pickerel will leave their structure, whether it be down sticks or stumps or rocks or what have you, and they will come hammer these baits just a few inches subsurface or out in open water. The smaller fish didn't seem to do that, but that's something interesting I learned over the past few weeks. So hopefully I'll see you guys out there, and the fishing stays good. It can only get better from here. Enjoy.
The Fisherman is now on Amazon Fire TV, Roku, Apple TV, and Android TV. So now you can watch this broadcast and our other video content on the big screen. Just search for the Fisherman TV on any of these devices. Here are some upcoming fishing events. Remember, like our video, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and tap on the bell to be notified instantly when we post a new video on YouTube. And of course, be a subscriber to the Fisherman magazine to be part of the Dreamboat contest. Check out this video's description on YouTube for all the related links and more information. Stop by and see us this weekend at the New York Sport Fishing Federation show in Freeport and pick up your 3Rs sticker. I'll see you next week.